After nearly 4 years, a local bar owner got the news he's been waiting for. His wife should be home for Christmas. We've been following Leticia Stegall's story since March of 2018. That's when she was deported to Mexico and separated from her family in Kansas City. Letty, as she's known, and her husband Steve run the Blue Line Hockey Bar in the River Market. And that's where KCTV5's Emily Rittman joins us now live. Emily, I imagine that Steve is feeling pretty good right now.
Yes, Steve Stegall says they got the best news ever when they got word that his wife's application to return to the U.S. was approved. Now they're waiting on an exact date on when she could be back in Kansas City.
Love you too. I'll talk to you later.
FaceTime calls like that one in 2019 have kept the separated family as connected as they can be while living in two different countries. Back then, her husband Steve was already planning what they would do first when she came back home.
We're going to have the biggest party you've ever seen.
Leticia Letty Stegall had a legal work permit. Her husband says she spent years trying to meet requirements to gain full citizenship after entering the U.S. unlawfully more than 20 years ago. Before she could, she was deported in 2018. Since then, she and her family have worked to meet every requirement to get approval for her to return to the U.S.
It's a long, drawn-out process. It takes lots of money, lots of patience, and you really got to be headstrong.
They are one step closer to being reunited.
The waiver's been approved, and she should be home by Christmas. I just see the sadness to the happiness, the anger to the happiness. So, very exciting.
Yeah, it's the best Christmas present. Yes, it is.
Just seeing everybody again that she hasn't seen in 4 years. So I can't explain how thrilling it's going to be.
Amazing.
Letty Stegall says she cannot wait to hug her father-in-law, who she hasn't seen in nearly 4 years. She is also ready to return to the Blue Line Hockey Bar to continue running their business with everyone she has missed.
My husband, my daughter, my mother-in-law, the regulars, the cooks, the servers.
Steve Stegall says they were told after a waiver is approved, it could take between 30 to 60 days before Letty Stegall can return to the U.S.
Just getting all of her friends who haven't seen her, who love her to death, everybody getting down here and just giving her a big hug and telling her how much she's loved. I just can't wait for that day to come. So we're hoping by Thanksgiving, fingers crossed, but we're thinking she'll be back by Christmas. Bye-bye.
And Steve says he plans to drive Letty back to Kansas City once the process is complete. Reporting live, Emily Rittman, KCTV5 News.
Yeah, that should be a party to remember. Thanks, Emily.